What's up, world? Kristina Roulo here with Legacy Maker Sports Network, and I'm here tonight in Florida where the Orlando Magic men's basketball team took on the Denver Nuggets. Please stay tuned for our press conference footage and some photos from tonight's game.
Before we get started, now, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And you also, thank you. Go ahead.
Before the game, we talked about the challenge of back-to-back 6 games in 9 days, facing the defending champs. Just how your group responded to that challenge, especially down the stretch, considering all those factors.
First of all, the fans were incredible. From beginning to the end, they stayed with us. They cheered for. I mean, it was incredible in there. But our guys' resiliency and toughness to go down, and they made a bunch of runs, and we knew it was going to be this type of game. But that's what the growth of this team is turning into: the belief system of knowing what we're capable of doing in big games.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. Tip off about the second unit, maintaining the flow of the game. You got great contributions off the bench from everybody, but really talk about Joe Ingles' poise and really what he brought to the table tonight.
He brings that poise. He brings that maturity. He settles things down. He's willing to make the physical play. He makes the right pass, gets guys in the right position on the floor. He's coaching on the floor. I think it's so great to have him that he settles so many things down for us while we're out there, and he allows that second unit to really be themselves and thrive in the way they are.
Tonight was amazing. What have you seen as far as his growth in the leadership side of things, maybe on and off the court?
Well, all of that. I think his ability to see and communicate the things that he sees, that's not easy for a lot of people to do, because he sees the game a little bit differently because of his IQ, but in the way he's able to communicate it with his teammates is very special. And then at the end, he had 24 points in the second half. They challenged him, and he stepped up, and he made big play after big play.
Battle until 5:49 left in the fourth quarter. You talk about defending without fouling. What did you think of his performance tonight, especially against Jokic, and for him to hit those free throws late?
I think by committee. I think Goga did a fantastic job. Obviously Joker is so difficult to guard. He makes some of the toughest shots. He gets his own rebound, goes back up. We got 3 guys lying there trying to rebound with him, and he still comes away with it. But again, I can't say enough how proud I am of this group, how hard they worked, and how they continue to believe in what they're capable of doing on a regular basis.
That you saw from Franz late, it really felt like it was everyone that had a hand in it. That box group, none of the veterans are kind of with that group, or none of the kind of older veterans are with that group. What does it say, or what did you see from the team to be able to kind of figure things out and find ways to get stops and get those shots to close out a game like this?
Philip, I'm glad you said that. This is their team. I think that's what we've talked about from the beginning of the year. This is their team. When you start to take ownership of your defense and your identity, when you start to not care who gets what shot, when, where, that's the ownership that this team has. And they all embrace it. I don't know if you saw it down the stretch, but Franz had just scored 2 or 3 times in a row. The next time down, he called a play for Paolo because he saw something. That is big, and that's leadership, and that's not caring who gets the credit, because in the win, everybody thrives.
Before the game about how you were going to guard Joker. You also talked about it's their team, it's a group of work. It seemed like every time a ball got into the paint, it was a swarm of players swatting, scraping, everyone going after the ball. Can you talk about that? Because you had a lot of stops, a lot of loose balls after that kind of play.
In the second half,
yeah.
I think in the first half we didn't do as great a job as we could have done with defending without fouling. We swiped down a little too many times, gave them a couple baskets at the end of shot clocks where we bailed them out. But in the second half, we did a very good job of just making sure that he saw bodies, that shots were difficult. Now he's still going to get the points that he's capable of getting, and he's going to hit some tough ones. But I think we kept our resolve about us to make sure that they were all difficult, but we finished possessions way better in that fourth quarter.
Going up against defending champs, that's no easy task. Just how your group responded to that challenge, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, I think it was just a mindset that we had to have going into the game. Coach walked in the locker room before the game and just told us to be greedy. Don't get satisfied with the win last night. Come in tonight and with the same energy, same mentality, and just just go hard and try and get the win. And that's what we did.
Cole, there have been some solid crowds so far this season at home, but did this one feel different, especially after Suggs and Jokic got into it?
After what?
Suggs and Jokic had a little extracurricular, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know what that was, but shout out to Jay, always love the intensity. Yeah, no, the crowd was definitely into it. You know, it's been dope this year. Like we was just saying to P in the locker room, I don't think I've seen any games where we've seen more fans of the other team in here so far. That's something that we definitely noticed, and we appreciate that for real.
Fact.
After one of the and ones late in the fourth quarter, you guys got into a huddle to maybe really late, get the win out late in the game.
Whose and one was it?
I think it was your and one.
Was it Franz? I don't remember. I'm trying to think back to what.
We had a few huddles when it was
we huddle every time, so
It was nice,
we,
of course.
yeah, we was just telling each other, man, like stay solid. Obviously we went up 3 or 4 points, and we knew it was gonna be Jokic down the stretch, so we didn't want to give up any easy looks, especially from the three. And so that was kind of the main focus, was taking the 3-point line away. Just making it tough on Jokic. Obviously, he can get kind of wherever he wants, but you just want to make it challenging and put up a fight.
Great job, Corey. Hey, I meant to show him some love.
Yo, Goga been balling, dog. We ain't shouting him out last night.
Gotta give Goga some love,
dog.
Paolo, just kind of building off of that, Coach said here that you guys have really taken ownership of this team, and that was one of the big things that you showed during the stretch run to close this game out. How empowered do you guys feel to kind of solve problems and figure things out? You mentioned that you guys huddle a lot to kind of calm each other down, but what is that process like in the heat of the moment to have the confidence to close a game out like this?
Yeah, I think, like you said, just ownership. We want to be a great team. The coaches can only do so much, and so we got to step up as players, hold each other's feet to the fire, hold each other accountable, and but also be the calming voice for each other. We can't let each other get flustered out there. So if someone makes a mistake or someone is whatever starting to spiral, we got to be able to bring each other back in and just come together as a group.
Well, Bill Michigan kind of stretched the floor to be anywhere. When he comes down doing that point center thing, what's kind of the mentality of the team defensively when you see him coming down? What adjustments do you make, if any?
Yeah, I think just like I said, he's gonna get wherever he wants. And we were all telling each other, don't swipe down. Just show hands and try and make him score over the top. Even though if he scores, it's 2 points. We don't want to overhelp or overreact and then give up a 3 to Porter or Caldwell Pope. So that was kind of our mentality, especially when we got up 3-4 points. Look, if he's gonna kill us with 2-pointers, we can live right now. We just don't want to give up threes.
Paolo, 4 or 5 now shooting 52% from 3 on the season. It makes the defense respect you a little bit more from downtown, gives you more room to operate, go into the bucket. Can you talk about your growth from the 3-point line and just how that opens up your game for you?
Yeah, I think just one of the things I just honed in on over the summer. Obviously, I think a lot of teams' plans is to go under, let me shoot, and whatever it is, stop me from getting to the rim. So my whole thing is just making them pay. I've always been a good shooter, and so just believing in it, and then taking the right ones too, the ones that are in rhythm, the ones that feel good, and when I do take them, shooting it with confidence. There's no wavering. Every shot I shoot, I think, is going in. So that's just the mentality, and I've been shooting it well. So.
Either of you, we saw Jalen and Goga hit some clutch free throws there down toward the end of the game there to seal it. Just what does it say about those guys to kind of step up in those moments to take those shots?
Those were big free throws. Shout out to them. I was really calm and composed of them. Yeah, we've been working on our free throws as a unit. I think we had some struggles earlier in the season, and I'm glad that we got that together. It's good stuff.
Yeah, 6 games in 9 nights, going against the defending champs, all that makes for a difficult task. Just talk about your guys' ability to step up to that tonight and close this one out.
Yeah, I think it's just our energy level, our effort each night. It's been really good these last couple games, so we gotta make sure we keep that up. Enjoy the holiday tomorrow, but keep building on what we've been doing.
Win tonight, 24 points for you in the second half. You kind of struggled there in that first though, but what clicked for you?
I just try to make the right play. I was probably overthinking it a little bit. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I tried to come out aggressive, still make the right play. Was able to get a rhythm in that third quarter, and at the end of the day, I think another great team win. Everybody contributing, the bench playing great again, so we're gonna need down for that as well.
Coach, you said you transitioned up this team, and you could see that a few times with how you guys huddled, and certainly how you guys closed the game. Does it feel like there's a different confidence or that you get from each other in these late game situations, and what was kind of the feeling in this one?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the main things this year for us. When we walk into the building, we have a belief about ourselves that, not just that we're competing that night, but that we're winning the game. And I think ownership is a huge part of that, making sure that we're always engaged. And the coaches always tell us we're out there, we're feeling stuff that maybe they can't see. So I think those huddle ups, especially when stuff isn't going great for us, is really key.
You guys have been together as a group for a couple seasons now. What have you guys been able to develop to be able to do this on the second night of a back-to-back against the defending champs?
I think we just, we've been through a lot these, at least in the last 2 years that I've been here, a lot of lessons. But throughout the time, we had a great vibe in the gym, and just everybody likes each other. It's as simple as that. We have great chemistry, not just on the court, but I think off the court. I think to be a really good team, that's one of the main things that we gotta have. And it's a lot more fun playing like that when you like the guys that you're out there with.
What exactly did Coach tell you at halftime? I mean, you came out in the second half, scored the first 6 points. You could tell Coach Mosley was on the sideline, kind of fist pumping, excited that you were going to the cup. Anything exactly at halftime that he just told you to?
No, sometimes that's how the game goes. Like I just said, I thought I was overthinking it a little bit, but I don't want to come out and just jack away shots just to get points or whatever. At the end of the day, we want to win as a group, and I gotta make the right play. I thought I did a solid job in the first half, honestly. But sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and you just gotta stay aggressive and keep going.
Booker, on a couple of those drives there, one where you almost had him turned around. Did you kind of study his tendencies inside the paint?
I just tried to read him a little bit. He gave me my left hand. And once I get in that lane, it's really just reading and reacting. Big guys, it's always harder for them to stop when they're already going in one direction. So that's something I work on in my workouts, change of pace, stuff like that. I'm